Howdy, my name is Sydney Onstadt, and today I'm going to be going over Frayer models. So basically what Frayer models are graphic organizers, basically organizing knowledge about a vocabulary word. They are split up into 4 quadrants of big boxes, and each quadrant has a different function. I've included 2 different examples here. They can either have, like over in the first example, in my native language, picture what it means in a sentence, and the student puts the information in the corresponding boxes, and the word goes in the center. And the same thing applies for the second example, which is definition, drawing, examples, and non-examples, which this is the one we'll be using for my lesson. So the purpose of Frayer models is that it's supposed to help enhance the vocabulary of EBs and ELs. Basically, it helps students acquire new vocabulary words and understand the English language better. It also helps make them connections with the words, and that clarifies and helps them understand the meaning of the word that is presented to them, which helps them understand the English language. So the application, I'm doing it with a first grade science lesson over weather. So these are specifically for advanced and advanced high language proficiency levels because it's a little bit difficult to be able to write down all the words and understand how the graphic organizer works. So these would be for them. The teaks are here. Basically, the student knows that the natural world includes the air around us and the objects in the sky. The student is expected to record weather information, including relative temperature, such as hot or cold, clear or cloudy, calm or windy, and rainy or icy. And then the ELPS I used was 5B, which is when I write, I'll use basic words and new vocabulary about this subject. So my objectives are listed here. The content objective is I am learning about weather, and then the language objective is I can orally discuss what the word weather means by using my Frayer model. So with the Frayer model, the materials needed, it depends on if you're doing whole class or individual. Whole class, you'll need a whiteboard or poster paper, as well as a dry erase marker. If it's individually, a piece of paper and a writing utensil, preferably a pencil. So here's an example that I used. So the steps are, first you draw a whole box, and then you split that up into 4 smaller boxes. And in the center you write the vocabulary word, which in this case is weather. Then you'll label the quadrants. So I labeled them definition, drawing, examples, and non-examples, which are in blue. And then you fill in each of the sections with what they're asking for. So first you'll have the students write the definition, which is given to them by you, the teacher, which in this case it's weather is what's happening in the Earth's atmosphere every day, which is a proper definition for first grade. Then you would have them do a drawing. So I did sunny, I did thunderstorms, which is basically when it's stormy, and then I did snow. So then you write examples and non-examples. The examples, you put words for both of them. So I did sunny, snowy for examples, and non-examples are rocks, animals, grass. So the appropriateness, it's very appropriate for English learners, especially because it breaks down the vocabulary words to make it easier for them to acquire the word, and it helps make connections. It encourages second language acquisition theory by giving a better understanding. It also gives a visual representation of the word and helps solidify their knowledge about it, and it helps them understand the English language in a more efficient way. And then these are my resources, and thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed.